Okay, welcome to Fans View TV. My name is Ahmed, and I'm joining me here is a Real Madrid fan, a Real Madrid die-hard lover, Hamisu. So the Champions League match is over, and Real Madrid ended the game 1-1 against RB Leipzig from Germany. So,
Yeah.
what's your take on the game?
Yeah, actually the game on Madrid side is actually horrible. Seriously, it's actually horrible because from the lineup, if you look at the lineup,
Mm-hmm.
the manager came in. I just like I was telling somebody just now that the manager just came in to just draw the game. He did not come in to win. So
How?
that's the first tick. Like
How?
you're
How do you?
having
You wait now. You talk say how you gonna say the manager just gave it to you when you get Vinicius, you get Bellingham, you get Tony
see
Cruz, you get
all of these guys that are calling the Vinicius is the only forward in that game. Most of them are he's just chalked in midfielders in that game. And forget about the fact that Bellingham is like our scorer and all that. Still, it doesn't take the fact that away that he's a defender. Sorry, he's a midfielder. So for that reason, you are just playing. It's more like we are playing with 4-4-1. So 4-5-1. That's what we're playing. We just have midfielders and just one striker up front. And if you look at how the setting the Leipzig had in this game is that they tend to, whenever they are going forward, they have three defenders, they have three people staying back.
Mhm.
So how do you expect Vinicius to take on those three people? He cannot. And if you look at how the game was going, looking back at the second half, there was more fluidity in the game because he introduced in Rodrigo, making it two people against those three defenders that he had. So literally the first half was horrible because we just had Vinicius. Only Vinicius was the person attacking. Kamavinga, they were just running around the pitch. And another thing the reason why I said this thing is that if you look at the way Madrid is playing, our focus of play is on the left side of the pitch. That's the left wing, which where Vinicius is.
Okay.
And looking at the person that is supposed to help Vinicius is a defensive minded person.
Who's that?
If Mendy, of course, is Mendy. If the person, if we're playing on the right side, let's say we had Rodrigo and we're playing on the right side, you have Carvajal who is both good in defense and attack.
Mm.
The game would have the Madrid's attack would have been more fluid. But the fact that we have Mendy, somebody that I think there was even a time where he went for he moved forward. He was given a long pass, I think from Toni Kroos. He gave him one long pass. And instead of him to just look for a way to move forward, he returned the ball back. And he was almost close to the 18-yard box. So he returned the pass back. So that's another problem we're having. And I think that's one of the reasons why Madrid is even focused on bringing in Alfonso Davies.
Okay. I beg, but I guess what I want to ask, sir. I talk, see,
Mhm.
apart from that goal where Vinicius scored, apart from the goal he scored, what's up with
Yes.
all this his antics? I don't really understand. I don't really.
No, actually, no, actually, I was even advocating that the coach just remove him from that game because he was almost close to costing us that game. Like, okay, you've already fouled the opposition player. What else do you want? Why are you still waiting for him to come up and come to you and you push him and all those sort of things? These are some of the things that they know. These people, like this, most of these players, they have been taught on how to deal with the opposition players, both physically and mentally.
Yeah.
So they know that you're agitated always. They know that you're that kind of person that any small thing you want to talk, you want to react or you want to do something. Just ignore them. That's why I like Rodrigo. Seriously, you will never see Rodrigo, playing all these kind of their gimmicks. You never see him doing this. His focus is just to play the game. And immediately he came in that second half, our game changed. And again, the another reason again why I said our he came in not to win the game. Look at just 5 minutes when Joselu was brought in. Joselu came in and he gave us something that we've not seen in that game, which is he was marking At the same time, the
Yeah,
ball was coming up.
physical presence in front, but
Yes,
he brought up
and even though I was critical of bringing in Modric because the game was a kind of, at a certain point in time the game moved into becoming a physical game. So I was like, okay, since we are playing a physical game with Leipzig, why will we bring in Modric? But regardless of that fact, Modric did well. Modric did well actually because he was even the person that was, trying to hold on to the ball and all that.
Okay, now another question is that moving forward now, do you think Real Madrid can go to the end playing like this? Because
Playing like
today's
this,
because today's performance cool was live. I'm not like to you. It was poor. Do you know that you guys didn't have a target first half? No,
no, it was very for serious.
no,
It was
no shot on target first half. Make I even check. Make I even check.
Yes, now. It was Rodrigo that had our first shot on target. So Rodrigo that gave us our first shot on target.
Make I give you some stats. So the whole match now 3 shots on target when I get to.
Yes, I think Rodrigo had one. Vinicius that goal, and then who again? Let me. Maybe I will
Was it
look up
not
it.
maybe Tony Cruz? What finesse?
It was Rodrigo again. It was Rodrigo again. I remember that place that he dribbled two players and played that shot. It was Rodrigo again. It was
Okay.
Rodrigo. It was Rodrigo that even gave us two shots on target.
Okay.
So just to tell you how
So moving
how
forward,
the
can playing like this take you guys to the promised land? Can playing like this win you guys the Champions League?
seriously, if you play like this in the
Can
next
you
game,
can you beat Man City like this?
we can't seriously, we can't beat Man City. There's one thing in football, like that they always say is that different every team that you are playing, they have their own, like the manager will definitely have his own approach to that game. So I believe he's going to change his approach. That's one. And if he doesn't change, if he opts to play in like this, seriously, we are not going to go anywhere. That's just the thing. That's just it.
So you dey
We
fear?
can't.
You dey fear?
No, it's not as if I'm afraid. No, that's the reality now. It's the truth. Like when you look at the bench before we came into this game, when you look at the bench, you have sorry, when you look at, let's say I'm the coach now, I'm about to make my lineup. I have Vinicius, I have Rodrigo, I have Joselu, I have Bellingham, I have Brahim Diaz. These are all players that you can, manipulate your way and put them up front. Even if you don't want to use three attacking players up front, why not stick to what you were doing before, which is playing Vinicius and Rodrigo up front with Bellingham as the false nine? That would do well in this game. Like, it would have made sense in this game. When you are at the middle, you have Chouameni, you have Tony Cruz, and then you have Valverde. Camavinga doesn't even need to come into this game totally. That's just the truth. You don't need to even bring him to this game.
Yeah, he
If
didn't.
left,
He didn't play well today.
he didn't do anything. He was just misplacing passes. He was just, so he was not even having any role. Like, the people, my best players in this match so far, it's not even Vinicius. It's not even Vinicius. My best players in this match, number one person is Chouameni.
Okay.
Then the second person is Rudiger. Rudiger did exactly what he did with Haaland. Oh, against Man City. Let me not say with Haaland. Against Man City in the first leg last championship.
Okay,
He was intercepting balls. He was intercepting balls. He was clearing balls. Whenever balls coming from air, from the ground, he was clearing them. He was intercepting them. In fact, they nearly scored in that second half. I think it was Rudiger that even cleared the ball. So he did so many things that maybe so many fans will not even look at. So what we needed to do was to just have a solid. The midfield was chalked up, and it made we're kind of more like falling back to defend, because even if the midfield take the ball forward, there's nobody to give the ball at the front. So everybody was just a midfielder. Nobody in the attack. Is only Vinicius. When you look left and you see Vinicius, look right, nobody is there. Middle, nobody is there. So you just have to come back and pass the ball backwards. So going forward, I think it should revert back to, for me, that is, like I said, different game, different approach. but he has to revert back to his formation. Either having Vinicius, Rodrigo up front with Bellingham following them at their back, or having three players up front: Vinicius, Joselu, Rodrigo starting. Anyone will do.
Okay. So no wahala now. More they see. More see who UEFA will join una with for quarter final. So thanks for joining me.
Thank you very
Congratulations.
much.
At least you've qualified. You've qualified. Congratulations.
Yeah. That's the most important thing. And I'm very sure he's going to look at all the negativities and made some changes to it. I believe
So
that.
we hope so. All right now. Thank you very
Thank
much, man. Good
you.
night.
Good night.